Early in the semester, I mentioned overloading, and I said then that overloading sounds like a bad thing, but it's really not. This is a good example of why it's not. This is operator overloading. And today I'm going to talk to you about just overloading the plus operator. I think I'll do a few videos on operator overloading, but I think the one will give you an idea of how it works, and you could probably figure out for yourself how to overload other operators. All right, we've got a really simple class here. I'm calling it numbers. I've got two private variables. I've got an int first and an int second. I got two constructors. I got, my regular numbers constructor, but I'm setting everything to 0. Nothing's passed to it. It's my default constructor. Then I've got my constructor where I send it two variables, f and s, and assign them to first and second. So two basic constructors, one where I send arguments, one where I don't. And I only have one more function in this, and it's print. Something we haven't talked about yet, but you can put a print function inside a class and just have it print out the variable. Remember, the variables are visible to the class. So in this one, I'm going to put inside the print, it's a void, obviously. First equals, then I'm going to see out first, the variable first, which is a private variable. Then print is going to call on second equals the second number. So that's it. That's my whole class. Two variables, three functions. Two of them are constructors. One's a print. All right, let's go down here inside of main. My first line, I'm gonna make an object called A, and I'm gonna send it 6 and 9. I'm gonna make an object B, a numbers object B, and send it 5 and 10. Then I'm gonna make a numbers object C and not send it anything. So it's gonna be 0 and 0. To give you an idea how my print works, all I need to do to call on my print function is just make it A print, B print, C print. Because look how it is up here. It's just inside my public member functions, and it just prints it out. So let's go back down to this before I hit local Windows debugger. So you can see what I did. My three prints. All right, there you go. The first equals 6, 9. The second one is 5, 10. And the third one is the one with the default constructor 0, 0. All right, I want to add these together. I want to add A and B together. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to take C equals A plus B. And if you're thinking this won't work, you're right. You can tell by the little red squiggle it's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and run it. Binary plus numbers does not define this operator or a conversion to a type acceptable to the predefined operator, right? So that means that the operator plus is not enough to make this work. So I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to overload an operator. So down here, I've already got it ready to go. I've got a function. Go up, and I'm going to put this right in our member functions. Let me explain to you what it does. All right, you can tell by the numbers, it's part of the class. Operator plus, that means this right here tells it we're going to overload the plus operator. This could have been a minus sign. This could have been just about any operator that you've got on your keyboard. I'm going to go over a few more in videos, but this is the plus operator. This function, I'm going to send it an object, numbers n. I'm going to send it an object. inside the function, I'm going to declare another object. Okay, I'm going to make another object and I'm going to call it temp. I'm sending it in, and I'm making a temporary, I'm making an object and calling it temp. I'm going to go down here and get this ready. The same thing I had typed in before, C equals A plus B. This time I don't get the red squiggly underneath the plus because of the function I made here. Watch what happens. All right, I'm sending it in. I've made a temp. I made an object and called it temp. First plus n plus first. This n plus first is the B. N plus second is the B. First and second applies to the A, right? And I'm going to do all this, and I'm going to return. I'm putting it in temp. I'm putting it in temp first, temp second. Then I'm going to return temp, which obviously gets assigned to C. So the way to remember this is in the order that you add it down here. A plus B is first plus whatever you sent it. I called it N. It could have been num. It could have been anything I called it. But this is always going to be the one that's passed in. The second two objects, n plus first, n plus second, right? First and second here is going to apply to the first number, and you're going to assign it to the temp variables, and then return the whole temp object, and this assigns that temp object to C. So this whole operating overload, it's not a rocket science. It's not too bad. I would freeze this, if anything, pause it for a second and take a look at this. It's pretty decent. All right, all I'm gonna do is add the first two numbers of both of these together. That's what this does. This adds the 6 and the 5. In this case, this is gonna be 6 plus 5. And the second one is gonna be the 9 plus 10. I'm gonna run this, and it's the same code. I'm going to print out 3. I'm going to print out A and B, which is just going to be repeats. But now I'm going to print out C, which I'm hoping is going to be 11 and 19. So first equals 6, 9. First equals 6. Second equals 9. That was my first 5, 10. And now here's my one to the operated overload right here. First equals 11. Second equals 19. So the operator overload did work. All right. I think you can see from this one the value of operator overloading. And we're going to do some more. I'm going to do another video of overloading a different operator here in just a few minutes. All right. So take a good look at this. I would suggest you type it in, play with it for a few minutes. This is one of those things I think you'll get really fast. It's a slick little way of adding objects together. And operator overloading, like I said, it sounds like a bad thing, but you can see real quick it's a good thing.